I knew something was wrong the moment I heard plastic rattling against my hardwood floors. Not a knock, not a hello, just the clatter of cheap toys tumbling across the entrance of the home I had bled a decade to afford. When it turned the corner, she was already inside. My sister, her 3 kids tearing through boxes like raccoons in daylight. She didn't look at me. Didn't Ned too? She knew I was there. She just kept unpacking, humming like she'd been waiting for this moment. My heartbeat slowed. My palms didn't shake. Stillness settled over me like a second skin. Mom and Dad said, "I can live here with my 3 kids," she declared without looking up like she was reading a parking rule on a sign she didn't plan to follow. I smiled, a cold, quiet smile. Then I picked up my phone and emailed the police. That was the moment everything snapped into place. The moment 10 years of warnings, bruises, and betrayals aligned into one clear truth. She had no idea she'd already lost. The officers were still minutes away when she finally noticed my expression. Her hands froze midair, clutching a stuffed dinosaur. "What?" she asked, but her voice wavered just enough for me to enjoy it. The kids had gone quiet. Even they sensed something off, only the ticking of the wall clock dared to move. She studied me, searching for the usual hesitation, the softness she'd exploited for years. She didn't find it. Something in her face flickered, recognition, fear, then denial. "You wouldn't," she whispered. But she didn't know what I'd spent the last 18 months preparing. She used to be my closest ally, the one I defended at school, the one I lied to cover for, the one I believed when she cried and said she had no one else. But over time, her emergencies became patterns. Her crises became traps. Her neediness became demand. It started small, borrowing money she never returned, accidentally staying over for weeks. Then came the bigger things. Taking my credit card without asking, dragging me into her debts, telling our parents I had promised things I didn't even know about. Every time she looked shocked when I confronted her, hurt, betrayed, classic performance. And I fell for it for years until the day I caught her going through my desk drawers looking for my house-saving envelope. The one thing she knew I'd never forgive her for touching. She laughed it off. But I didn't. Not this time. The deeper I looked, the more rot I found. Her Namion subscriptions. I never made her voicey in voicemail messages pretending to beam. Her children telling me about the big house aunties buying for all of us. She had been planning this, not a visit and an occupation, a takeover. Our parents, of course, believed her version. I was selfish, difficult, too rigid. She was the struggling single mother who just needed help. A familiar script, one she played well enough to win sympathy from anyone who didn't know her patterns. Booty did, and I documented every last one. Revenge didn't come to me in a flash. It collected drip by drip like water filling a glass. I changed the locks, installed cameras, printed every bank statement and suspicious transaction, filed quiet reports with all the right departments: fraud, trespassing, unauthorized credit use. I didn't accuse her. I didn't warn her. Warnings are gifts, and she'd stolen too many from. I told our parents nothing. Let them swim blind in her stories. I waited. The day I bought my home, I knew exactly how she tried to take it from me. I also knew exactly how to end it. The officers arrived just as she began to shout. Her voice ricocheted off the vaulted ceilings, shrill and desperate. "She's my sister. My kids need a place. Our parents said this property owner has filed prior reports regarding attempted unlawful occupancy." One officer interrupted calmly. "Owner." The word tasted good. She looked at me, then really looked, and she saw the truth. Ihan called impulsively. I had been waiting for her to step inside. "This is revenge," she hissed at me as the officers led her out. "No," I murmured, still smiling. "This is documentation." Her face crumpled, the realization sinking in. Every lie, every manipulation, every assumption that I'd remain the sister who rescued her. That sister was gone. This one didn't flinch. She left that night with her kids, her boxes, her shock. My parents called, screamed, threatened, emotional exile. I didn't answer. Silence is a language they've finally learned to interpret. Now, when I walk through my living room, a cathedral of space and clean lines, I feel it. The weight lifted, the air sharpened, the quiet returned. Revenge didn't make me cruel. It made me whole, and as I lock my door each night, I carry one truth with me. The moment you stop letting people trespass your boundaries, they learn you were never the weak one, just the patient one.